Hey everybody, my name is Trevor, and today I'm talking about the AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate exam, the resources that I use to pass, and how you can do it too. The SysOps Administrator Associate exam is a great fit for somebody who wants to move into an operations role working in an Amazon Web Services environment. And it's a particularly cool exam because it has both multiple choice and hands-on questions, which make it a nice hybrid of somebody who wants to both get a certification, but also prove that they got some hands-on skills working in AWS. I couldn't possibly review all of the great resources somebody could use to study. So instead, I'm just gonna recommend the resources that I would suggest to a friend of mine who is taking this exam. Speaking of friends, if you'd like to be my friend, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and follow me on LinkedIn. I'd love to be your friend. It sounds kind of nice. Before I get into the study resources, I just wanna say one important thing up front is that because this exam includes a hands-on lab portion, I would strongly suggest that you take this at a testing center. Today, because of the pandemic, most of the AWS certifications you can take from your home office, which I think is awesome for the convenience. However, because this has a hands-on portion, I ran into some really significant technical difficulties during the hands-on section. It caused me a lot of undue stress. I did still pass the exam, but I found myself fighting with the interface more than actually answering the questions. And so by going into a physical testing center, you'll know you're in a controlled environment that has a validated testing experience kind of wrapped around it. And I believe you'll save yourself the stress that I experienced. All right, let's get into the content. So I'm going to be recommending mostly paid resources. However, I understand that a lot of test takers may not have the resources available. I would suggest that if you're strapped for money and you would like a free option, check out this explore.skillbuilder.aws website. You can build a learning plan from yourself, and there's also a lot of great SysOps content available here as well, and it's free. And so while I have not personally used this, made, monitored, maintained by AWS, so it's probably pretty darn good. Let's get into what I used. There are a lot of great courses out there for the SysOps Admin Associate, but I'm gonna personally suggest Stefan Marique's course on Udemy. I personally love Stefan Marique's teaching style. He has this way of really condensing down a subject, which I believe makes his course a great fit for somebody who already knows a little bit about technology and wants to use their time efficiently while studying for an AWS certification. He also includes with his course a companion PDF deck. In fact, I hardly took any notes while practicing for this exam, and I used his deck as my primary cheat sheet / study resource other than the practice exams and hands-on stuff that I'm going to talk about here in just a sec. I will say this, if you're newer to AWS, there's another teacher out there I've heard of named Adrian Cantrill. And while his courses are longer, I've heard that they could sometimes be better for somebody that has zero previous experience. So that's something that you might want to consider. If you start watching Stefan Marique and it is going over your head, maybe check out Adrian Cantrill. I've heard that he has a really comprehensive approach that requires zero previous experience. Now, I think Stefan Marique's course may be enough for somebody to sit and pass the exam alone. However, if you want to be confident going in, I would suggest some hands-on and guided practice tests as well. For that, I'm going to suggest Tutorials Dojo. This particular SysOps course by Tutorials Dojo is really well rated. Includes a lot of great practice exams and some labs that match really closely with what you can expect to see on the exam. If you use Stefan Marique's course, along with the Tutorials Dojo's labs / practice exams, I feel confidently that you will be prepared if you put in the time to study. As far as how much time you should be studying, I personally tend to study for about 2 hours a day for 5 days a week whenever I'm prepping for exams. And I would suggest you do that from between 1 and 2 months, depending on how familiar you are with AWS already, and if you've previously sat an AWS Associate certification. And that's it. Those are the resources you need to pass the exam. I think you should go ahead and schedule it and give it a try. I'm a big believer that IT certifications are some of the highest value things that you can do to advance your technology career, especially when compared to something like an equivalent college degree. Certifications are a super compelling value. So I would just keep that in mind if the cost puts you off at all. I hope this video gave you what you were looking for. If it didn't, let me know. If it did, and you decided to take this exam or you passed this exam after watching my video, I would love to hear from you. So please let me know in the comment section below. I make a lot of other content like this about certifications and technology tutorials in general. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, take it easy.